Hey, welcome to Meet the Shoe, Shackle History Unleashed. It's another Wednesday, guys.
Yeah, sorry I'm in the car, y'all. We have to get it where we can, though, right? Being on time and consistent.
Yes. So last week we've been hearing of these little sightings of objects in the sky.
Wait, first of all, do you believe in the UFOs?
I'm not. No, I don't. No, I don't. But I know my mother said a long
Hmm.
time ago she saw a UFO.
Okay.
And there was a lot of lights, but it was in like a saucer, circular, design, and a lot of lights there. And she said,
So the way that is described in on TV in the cartoons, do you actually think that that's real?
I could imagine we have aliens, some type of different.
Different terrestrials, you think so?
Yes, I think we do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really think we do because it's like I'm not sure, but it's something else beside human beings on this earth and animals.
Yeah.
I,
Hey, Jeff.
I
Jeff,
think it
do
is.
you believe? Ask Jeff. Do you believe that there is UFOs
Or aliens, some type
or
of
aliens? Right.
different terrestrial uh beings on Earth.
Right. Right. Yeah. I think that everything is controlled by government. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like if there was any part of anything going on, the government would know. They're not going to tell you everything, right?
Mm-mm.
But they definitely know if there's other living beings outside of humans.
Right.
That's like hidden in whatever vault or whatever that they have it in, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
not going to tell you, they're not going to express to you that whatever they seen.
Right.
Now, whatever that was in the sky, you don't think that that was China
I
coming
think
over
they,
here to spy? Because that's what the conversation has been about.
I think they were spying. Number one, and
Hmm.
number two, what if it was some kind of how can I say, some kind of chemical in those big balloons they were finding? That those balloons was like three buses long, wide and long.
And
That's
so did they shoot it down, right?
shot one down, I think in North Carolina. But that thing done took all kind of pictures, got everything they probably needed from Hawaii, Alaska, on down to Missouri, and then wrapped around to North Carolina when they finally shot it down. But it's been
Okay.
more too, you know what I'm saying? And from what they're
Wasn't
saying,
one in Montana as well, somewhere up there by over there by Canada, like kind of?
it was couple a lot. At least it was a lot of a couple of them, and the United States, I don't know what we're thinking, but why would we let that, just ride around and get like they probably were taking
Get
pictures
that close.
to get that
My
close.
thing was, how did they get so close to
Well,
the United States before? It seems like it was purposely, like it purposely arrived, right? It
mhm.
don't seem like it was by accident or default. Cause anything, you notice how, rest in peace to the Twin Towers, but you notice how everything that was to land at by the president, the White House, all that shit was shot down. Everything was shot down. Like,
Right.
so they know what's coming. Anything,
Mhm.
they know what's coming in before it even happens.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, because remember a long time ago how we used to always see those big blooms,
Yeah.
but the United States would have them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was the military just flowing through. But those were our blooms. These blooms were from China, and
Right.
I just can't help but think, were they dropping down a chemical?
Yeah.
Something in the air, just you can't even see it, so fine in air particles that you wouldn't be able to know. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
it's being dropped to anything.
Right.
He said, I do. If I were on Earth, it gotta be other forms of life or other planets. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the foreigners definitely send people over here to spy and plant, even if they've been here for years, right? And some of them have become US citizens, right? I feel that they are planted here just because this is supposed to be, the land of paradise on
Yeah,
earth,
and
right?
the sea.
Yeah. So
McGill said a lot of people look and act like aliens. Yeah,
yeah,
okay. I mean,
yeah, they
there's
do.
a lot of weirdness going on.
They do. And then a lot of times the people that look and act like it, some of those people don't speak. They're mutes. You'll be like, you'll see on the internet of people show different people of things or what they look like in different like stuff landing, or I remember one time on the internet they had like it looked like a lava rock to me, right? But people were saying that it was a UFO. And
Oh wow!
like it was like fire built around it in the
Oh, it landed
sand,
into the ground. It landed into
and
the
it went
ground.
into
I
the
know
ground. Yes, and
that.
went into the ground, and they didn't see it anymore. So you
Mhm.
hear different people stating those type of things that they see, weird things that they see, anything out of the ordinary that's not natural to us is gonna be alien form, right?
Yeah,
So
Jeff
do we
said,
really?
I think the stuff we're seeing now, I believe, are spies from foreign countries. Yeah,
Yeah,
just like what we're seeing now. Either China or North Korea sent that stuff over here. One of
yeah. I think China, because like you said, it was long as a bus.
3 buses.
Oh, 3 buses? Oh, well,
Three, 2 to 3.
yeah,
It was huge.
yeah.
But
I
thank
just,
goodness they shot it over the water. That was good things. They did, because at first it was over land for a long time, and then
but
once it
just,
got over
but,
the
ju-
water, that's when the U.S. shot it down.
but just think of this: if it landed in the water, who's drinking that water? Who's drinking the water? You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Where is that coming from? Who's drink? Where did that go? Because they didn't get rid of that. All that poison or whatever was in those things that was brought over here and they haven't found out how they got here.
No. So what they're doing from when they shot it down, the military did heist it on a ship, and I guess they're going to take it back and examine it, and do a full investigation. We probably hear about it, but then we may not hear a lot about it because they don't really want us to know everything that's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to put us in alarm, panic state. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Out of all these years, we've never had anything touch U.S. soil. Like that was just right there. They keep getting close. As the years keep coming, they keep getting closer and closer. You know what I'm saying?
I find it disrespectful.
Definitely
So
disrespectful.
they know their boundaries. They know what they're
Yeah.
supposed to be doing. They know that what is against the law and rules and regulations they set when they set at the round table, saying this is your don't come this wet part of the sky, and you don't go that part, far out to the sky.
How long are other countries gonna respect that though? How long are other countries gonna respect us as a country? How long are they gonna respect our government?
But let me tell you something. They were saying as when Trump was president, those things
Hmm.
those things was going in the sky, were in the air. Then he just never said anything or brought it up, but it's been encounters.
But he kept it away from the United States though. We
It was
didn't know
so
about it.
it
It
was
wasn't.
so higher in the sky, but yeah,
Yeah, but I'm saying this was like right here.
they got
Why?
balls to come lower. Or look, it might have ran out of hot air and it just was deflating coming down. I don't know, girl, but look, whatever happened, please ring the alarm and let me know when to go to a bunker.
Yeah.
Go ahead, because it's gonna get really funky.
I think that it's only gonna be a matter of time before other countries start continuing to come to disrespect us.
Yeah.
There's not enough fear anymore,
No.
right?
We're
if they're coming this close to almost approaching, when was that? The Twin Towers. Now you come with this, and there's been other things that's happened in between the 20 years of the Twin Towers. But if you're thinking that you're gonna be coming to do this every couple of years until we're gone, you see how you send the COVID over here, which everybody is in an uproar about that because we still think that that was a thing to be in cahoots with the United States and China,
right,
right?
right,
But especially for the fact of, someone from China supposedly came over here to work and it was built in some type of lab here and then spread out, to,
right.
I guess, get rid of the population control. That all that is, everything about that is suspect.
It is. Yes, it is.
But and now now speaking of that, all these conspiracy theories, right? So we have
Mhm.
another conspiracy theory that we're told that a lot of people state that African Americans were the first people on, US soil, right? In the Western uh,
Mhm.
atmosphere, right?
Right.
And California being one of the places that is abroad for a lot of cultures, mostly Spanish people, right?
Right.
And so, but they're stating that California became from a Black woman, right? But what is the story behind that?
Well, it's the name origin of the story. The name came. Her name was Queen Calafia.
Uh-huh.
Calafia, which the names derived, they say, from California.
Okay.
But someone did write a book, according to the History Channel website. They wrote
Okay.
the 1500s about this queen.
Okay.
That may be where the name came from, California.
Right, but what was the love story? What was the part about the love story that?
A sequel to romance novels that were popular during the time, or something like that. But it tells a story that she was a warrior
Mhm.
and lived in the mystical island of California.
Okay. And what was her name? What did it say?
Calafia.
Mhm. But she was
Calafia,
supposed to be an African American queen, right?
a Black woman. Yep, what lived like an Amazon warrior.
Okay.
So
So
that's
we don't know.
you
We
know
don't actually we don't actually know if that's facts or not, right? But from what they're stating is that the name Calafia, right?
that.
How that translated into California.
Right.
And by it coming from a novel in the 1800s, right?
No, 1500s.
Oh,
15.
15, see? The 1500s, by it having coming from a novel from the 1500s to now, it puts people to think that that was a thing that was stolen from us as well, right?
Right. Right.
Another thing that I had seen, that there's so many, like it's still disrespect with the Black History Month, right? Because we always get, we're the shortest month of the year. We never
And no
get
one's
anything, huh?
and no one's, celebrating it,
No one's celebrating it anymore. They want to forget about it, right?
Yes.
So a lot of Africans even are being disrespectful about the African American history, because when they talk about African American history, they show the flag of Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
They represent Africa, but I've seen a lot of people talking about how come there's nothing that represents Africans in America, right? There's not there's not a lot of conversation about that, about the Africans that came here and that really built this country, right? There's no separation of the two, so Africans feel disrespected because they're like, y'all ain't made it over here. You don't know what it's like over here. You don't know how can you represent over here and you've never lived over here?
Hmm.
So that's where the conversation has been about, even with the teachers in Florida, how they don't want woke culture to know about the history of slavery. They want to forget about that. They don't even want to talk about it because they're saying that we don't have anything to relate to. Because we've been over here so long, we don't know what tribe we belong to because our names belong to white people.
Right.
All of our names is from white people, our masters, right?
But
And so
it's the same thing. Maybe their history shouldn't be taught either, if that's the case.
exactly. But they're the ones that came over and stole and got themselves in control, right? So
Right.
that's why theirs is represented. That's why they feel superior, because they were able to take and to steal. When even the things that we even build, just like now, the big thing is about also with the record industry, right? The music
Right.
industry, right?
Mhm.
Even
It
with
was
the
stolen
music
all the
industry,
time.
huh?
Though that was stolen in the beginning of time. You'll
Yeah,
sing
it
behind
you
a closed door. You be the black person singing, and the white person singing the song, mimicking, moving their mouth like they're really singing and belting the song out. But you the one really singing. But you had
that's
behind a closed door.
right. That's why um Elizabeth Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
uh Marilyn Monroe, um Princess Diana, those
Mm-hmm.
type of women, those women were very much loved on and respected in the black community because those were some of the women that stood up for black people to
Yes.
jump in front of them
Mm-hmm.
and would go into different, I believe, I want to say Marilyn Monroe
Mm-hmm.
had went to open up, I guess, a place where Aretha Franklin was singing, and
Yes.
went to stand in front of her. It's white people like that are praised upon because they stood up for, like, it don't what it it's about talent. It's not about color. It's about
Yeah.
talent. Like in other
Right.
countries, it's
Yes.
about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not even about color. It's
No.
about money. They respect money. It's about rich or poor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And over here, it's prevent you from, but if you're black, prevents you from getting rich. Stay
Yeah.
poor. That's the difference over here.
Speaking of preventing you from getting rich, a lot of we have a lot of black farmers now, coming back into forefront. Back in the day, we were farmers. That's what we did. We
That's
grew.
how we got to. That's how we became rich,
Right,
right?
exactly. So we have a lot of farmers around the world,
Uh-huh.
and they're saying how you still being discriminated through financial discrimination. You can't get
Right,
funding for your farms. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it's still like that today. And it's like that even with housing, trying to
right,
purchase a home and stuff. You come in there and they see you black, brown,
right,
then
right.
their defense mechanism go up, and they'll be like, I don't think you apply. Why don't you try next year?
Yeah.
Or try and do
They
this.
push you off. They
They
push
push
you
you.
off for 6 months. You can have the same exact credit score as somebody white, and sometimes any other culture. But if
Mhm.
you're black, African American, you gotta be 5 times, not 3 times anymore. You gotta be 5 times qualified. The
Yeah.
score is not even it. They have this thing called no docs now, right?
Mhm.
No documentation. You don't need documentation anymore for you to purchase a home. You
Mhm.
could just get it from your bank account.
Right. But they
They
don't
question
let
that.
that.
They question that. It's like, how are you going harder than the IRS? You're a bank. You're going harder than the IRS.
The
The
bank don't let
IRS ain't questioning me about my bank account. Why are you?
right. The
And
bank.
why are you having me go through all these hoops and stipulations if the IRS is the one who's going to fund me the loan anyway, the FHA, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
banks will actually stop you. The
Mhm.
mortgage companies will actually stop you, especially if you're getting a house in an area that isn't fit in their eyes. for you
Right.
to do so. It's still a lot of redlining
It
in
is.
the neighborhoods. They're still redlining the neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. I think that there's not going to be an end to it. You know, you look at the government, and the government, regardless if they want to say it or not, but there's a lot of families that the government have, the higher up officials, that they mate with a lot of other cultures.
Yeah.
They mix, right? They mix it all up. The world is, especially the United States, is a high mixture of people, right?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
And there's not going to be a way that they're ever going to stop that.
No.
I mean, they're going to try their best to, control population, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kill off people. But you're not going to be able to control unless you just take out a whole entire race, which that's impossible.
That's impossible. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
impossible. And then we're just talking about the United States. This ain't in other countries. It's just United States.
No.
Other countries don't run it like that.
No. I had a friend. She sold her home, right? And
Uh-huh.
it was sad to say, but she ended up taking down all their pictures, everything, that associated with her culture, black,
Mm-hmm.
sell her home.
Yeah, I seen that. She probably did that because there was a lady that was on CBS and
Mm-hmm.
60 Minutes. There has been a lot of stories coming out about people doing that, but it's their white friends that's telling them to do that.
Yeah.
It's their white friends that are, or family members that's showing them, like, I got your back. Let me show you how to get this. That's
Yeah.
how it's going to continue to be. And that's what's making the government upset. That's why they don't want the woke culture, because just think, the younger generation,
Mm-hmm.
they're not really racist. Like,
No.
they're being taught that now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
This, when the internet first was coming on, you seen a lot of colleges coming together, a lot of younger kids coming together, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
White and black coming together. But now with us seeing more, at first it was like a hand on it. You couldn't see a lot of killing. You couldn't see a lot of racial things when the internet, very first started. And,
Right.
even over the years, right? You couldn't see, a lot of things were blocked out. But now that more of it is being seen,
Mm-hmm.
now it's trying to go backwards to where
Yeah.
to be like a race war, which that at this present moment in the world and life, we shouldn't even want that. Not war against each other.
No, we shouldn't. Mm-mm. Not. And then
There,
when you think about it, other things that were stolen, like Louis Vuitton stole the design from the Cameroon or the Kenyan uh, tribe.
uh-huh.
Different designs that
Right.
I came up with. He
I
stole
seen
them.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So a lot
seen
of these
that.
have been stole from the African culture.
Right. And there's like, how do you take that back? There's no copyrights to that.
No.
They just did exactly what they've been taught to steal, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've
Mm-hmm.
been taught to steal. That's what they've been taught to do. And I wouldn't want a representation of that. That's the very same thing that they do to try to put the stigma on us and diminish us, is what they are and what they've been.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to keep on teaching their generation behind them to do the same things that they've been taught to do.
Cheat. Stealing.
Exactly. Lie, steal, and cheat. I mean, that's just what it is. I don't think that it would be their history, as Jeff was stating to you, it shouldn't, you guys were saying that their history shouldn't be told. It isn't. It really isn't told. Not the truth. Think about it.
Right.
Their history of what they've been and done isn't the truth, is not being told what is the truth. That's why they come up with this Christopher Columbus theory, because they don't want you to know about all of the evil things that they've done in their past.
Right.
But a lot of woke white people, they've been spewing it and spewing it on this internet. They've been telling it better than any kind of research that we could ever even do or find. They've
Mm-hmm.
been telling it themselves from their own you know, at grandparents and grandparents and whoever, you know, behind them. So
Yeah.
nothing can be, lies cannot be told too long, right?
Oh,
All
oh,
of it's starting to peek out.
yeah. Yeah. It rears its ugly head sooner or later.
Exactly.
Yes. So, guys, we want to thank you all for listening. We will see you on Friday.
Yeah. Peace out.
Peace.